Has social media ruined music quality? Because I used to remember you used to be able to buy a song will be 3-4 minutes long. Now you're talking about maybe 2 minutes, a minute and a half. Yes, we would probably mix the tune out after
minute and a half anyway.
Verse, chorus, verse, mix it out. Yeah. But now the tune not even lasts up to another chorus no more.
You don't even get a bridge no more.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I think so. I think it has.
It's played a big part.
Because I think, because artists know they've only got 30 seconds for this tune to bust. They've only got a minute and a half for this tune to bust. Why do they need to make the song longer anyway? For one. For one.
Yeah.
But then two, because they're going for that market where if you don't catch the people's attention
for the first,
in the first 10, 15 seconds,
that's right.
You're not going nowhere.
That's right. Because on the average, if you think about it, on the average, the attention span is so short. And because there's so much music that's being churned up. Remember, there was a time where every Friday you knew, or the last Friday of the month, you knew that there was going to be at least 3 or 4 albums coming out. Now, it's weekly, it's daily. I can guarantee you right now, if I go to my emails, there's probably 5 new songs that have come out that I need to go and check out.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to keep on top of that every single day?
Exactly.
And then work out which one is going to be the banger, because I'm not waiting for TikTok to tell me what the banger is. I need to know for myself. And that's where, that's my old school values are. Like, I need to work out, right, this one's going to be bad. And I need to work that out before TikTok says, this is what it is.
And then TikTok will be a completely different one anyway.
Exactly. So, yeah.
And then on top of that, it never sleeps.
No.
Where before, they can release it at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 8 o'clock in the evening. It could be a Sunday morning when you're in church. It could be any time.
Anytime. This is what I'm saying. Like, now you got people like Jay-Z and Beyonce, for instance, who do not conform to anything. They can just release an album and not even tell you, and not say nothing, and just, there's no posters, there's no nothing. They just say, "Oh, new album out now." What are we talking about?
There's no pre-promotion.
There's no pre-promotion. There's no nothing. There's no lead up. There's no nothing. New Jay-Z album's out now. What are you talking about? And then you have to go to one site to get it from, because it's not available nowhere.
Has Afrobeats destroyed dancehall? Because Afrobeats, if you look at the timelines of when music has changed in terms of the effects of it, Afrobeats coming in has coincided with the shift and change of dancehall from rhythms to the beats that they're using now, and sort of like the trap and the drill sort of beats that they're sort of using.
I get it.
Has it affected that?
The answer is no.
Okay.
Because if you look where dancehall started fading out as a mainstream underground genre, and where Afrobeats came in,
it's embraced it.
It just blended the two. I don't think A phased out B. I think dancehall was already on the decline, because you also have to remember in Jamaica, they stopped certain artists with certain tunes being played on the radio. Now, because tunes weren't being played on the radio, you might get them in the club now and again, but people weren't really on them as much. So it stifled the airplay of certain songs. And if they're not being played on the radio in Jamaica, how the hell are we going to get it, do you know what I mean, on Uptown?
On Top FM.
How are we going to get it on the Top FM? Do you get what I mean? Because we don't even hear this. So then therefore, the music was being suppressed. Artists weren't allowed to come and perform in the I'm talking about the UK right now.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to come and perform in the UK. If we wanted to see certain artists, we had to go to Germany, you had to go to France, you had to go to Holland. Do you get what I mean? That's like for us. If that, or Ireland, do you get what I mean? It just got a bit silly. And then it got to the point of where it's like, well, if we can't even access you, what's the point? And then you've got Afrobeats artists who's talking about Zonto. And you got Wiley doing the but you get what I mean? All of a sudden now, it's free-flowing, happy music. It weren't offensive.
Yes.
Do you get what I mean? It was very, very welcoming, very embracing, and it was easy to listen to.
And that was dancehall in the early to mid 2000s. If you think about, we're going to get into Mount Rushmore and stuff. I put Elephant Man on there, and people would say to me, "Why you put Elephant Man on there?" Because I say from a period of time,
Elephant
he
Man
was
running it.
Elephant
he
was
was running it.
Yeah,
but the
he
thing
bridged
about
the
it,
gap. He bridged
his
the gap.
tunes was all about happy tunes
Yeah, he bridged
and
the gap.
dancing.
Yeah. He bridged the gap. He definitely.
And if you look at Afrobeats,
Yeah.
Afrobeats was all about happy tunes and dancing.
Yeah, yeah,